Andrew Jackson's first strategy for increasing the power of the president was to fire hundreds of federal employees and replace them with his own supporters.
When this got to be debated in Congress, a Jacksonian supporter from New York said, "Well, that's the way it is in politics. To the victor go the spoils." So ever since then, Jackson has been blamed for the so-called spoils system of giving high-paying offices to all of his most faithful lieutenants.
Jackson also frequently wielded a power his predecessors rarely used, the veto.
And that becomes the weapon by which he intrudes into the legislative process. He goes to the Congress and he says, "You've got to ask me first whether I'm going to approve what you do, because I can veto. And it's not going to be very easy for you to override my veto. So it would be best to have me help you."
But the most important thing that Andrew Jackson did to reinvent the presidency was to found what is today the oldest political party in the world, the Democrats. The Founding Fathers had considered political parties a great evil.
When this country was first established, there was, I think, a general feeling that parties are formed for the simple purpose of achieving selfish ends. Particular men come together with a need or a desire and help one another to gain power in order to satisfy their greed. And so parties were looked upon as something that we did not want in this country.
Though Jackson firmly believed that political parties were a way to give average Americans a role in politics, the man who gained the most power from the founding of the Democrats was the head of the party, Andrew Jackson.
One of the effects of the Jacksonian revolution of electoral politics is it concentrates power in the presidency, not so much in government per se, but because the president is the head of the party, and the party is the machine that succeeds in winning elections. So in a sense, Jackson helps create an extra-constitutional institution, a system that is not called for in the Constitution, but which we still have today, the two-party system. And those parties are absolutely essential for mobilizing the political capital and the energy that candidates, successful candidates, then turn into what they call their mandate.
With the president also the head of a political party, the members of that party in Congress are often reluctant to challenge him. After all, weakening the president means weakening their party, and that means weakening their own chances for re-election. But the result is that Congress doesn't operate as the check on the president that the founders intended.
So ironically, putting all this emphasis on the people actually empowers one man, the President of the United States, to call the shots for the whole government. And as a result, the office of the president is strengthened enormously by somebody who said, "I only want to follow the people."
Now, nearly 2 centuries after Andrew Jackson, the ideal of a powerful president is firmly established. But it's important to remember that the Founding Fathers thought that powerful presidents were a bad idea because they worried that somebody who couldn't be trusted would get the job. So now it's up to us to do what the Founding Fathers were afraid we couldn't. Choose our presidents wisely.